Hello to all dear listeners of the Savadestan Ask podcast series. Welcome to another episode of this podcast series. In the travel section of Savadestan Ask podcast, we intend to explore various countries around the world. Surely this section of our podcast is a favorite for all those who love tourism in different countries around the world. I'm Arash Azarpay, your host in this podcast, and Miss Esniha Noorzaei is with us as a guest. Hello, Miss Noorzaei.
Hello, Mr. Azarpay, and hello to all dear listeners of this podcast. I'm very happy to be here with you and our dear audience at the beginning of this series of podcasts.
You're welcome. Well, today's topic is about the beautiful but small country of Norway with its fascinating tourist attractions. So, let's not waste any time and start our conversation about this beautiful country. Miss Noorzaei, could you give us a general overview of Norway?
Yes, certainly. Norway was covered with snow and ice for many years, but as the land gradually warmed up, it became a habitable area. The forests and agricultural lands that emerged led people to settle and live there. In the year 793 AD, the people of Norway attacked the monasteries on the Lindisfarne Island, which were off the east coast of England. However, Norway has a monarchy system and its western regions, the Scandinavian Peninsula, Jan Mayen, and the Svalbard Archipelago, fall under the jurisdiction of this country. Norway is a country in Northern Europe that competes closely with other European countries in tourism and attracting tourists. Norway, with its ancient and authentic culture, such as the Vikings, attracts many tourists every year. This country is one of the founding members of the United Nations and the European Union. Norway has a bit of everything to make you happy. Majestic snow, capped mountains, lush and amazing forests, colorful northern lights in the sky, and dreamy coasts reflecting the blue seas. People from all over the world visit Norway every year to see its extraordinary landscapes. And this country has become the talk of the town due to its incredible views. This doesn't happen for no reason, right? Besides its pristine landscapes, this beautiful land also has a very rich history and culture. Many historical and ancient attractions can be found in Norway, indicating its ancient history and civilized culture. In addition to these places, the pristine and green nature of this country is very attractive and fascinating.
Great! Could you tell us about the best and most famous attractions in Norway?
Yes, the Royal Palace of Norway, the Polar Lights of Tromsø, the Fjords of Norway, or Norway Cathedral are among the best attractions. Norway is a land of fantastic mountain ranges, vast valleys, and colorful villages, and these breathtaking landscapes can easily capture all your attention. But be sure not to forget Norwegian foods. Try Norwegian dishes to make your trip to Norway forever memorable and turn it into one of the most unforgettable memories of your life. Norwegian meatballs, the traditional soft and flat bread called lefse, pickled herring called rakfisk, Norwegian reindeer meat, and Kennefjord cake, a delicious layered cake, are some of the Norwegian foods you should try.
How interesting! Well, let's move on a bit and talk about the culture and customs of Norway. Could you tell us more about them from the perspective of its people and beliefs?
Certainly. The official language of people of Norway is Norwegian, but most Norwegians are proficient in English. Other languages like Finnish are also spoken in some parts of the country. In Norway, the rights of women and men are completely equal, and women are present in various fields. If a woman chooses not to work and take care of her children at home, she will receive support from government. Norwegians are simple and not interested in extravagance.
The nature and climate of Norway are undoubtedly of interest to many. Thank you for discussing that as well.
Yes, definitely. Norway is located in the northern part of the European continent, and due to its geographical location, is considered one of the cold countries. In summers, the northern part of Norway is bright and sunny because the sun does not set in this region. Also, in this country, the sun never rises in winter, and the polar lights, the moon, and the stars are the only natural sources of light in this country during winter. The nature of this country is very beautiful and at the same time variable. For example, imagine deciding to go to the mountains on a sunny day, and suddenly, a bit later, the weather becomes completely rainy and rain begins to fall. It's really weird and amazing, right? In general, due to its geographical position, the weather in Norway is quite cold. The average temperature in this country in cold seasons can drop to -4 degrees Celsius, and in warm seasons, it can reach up to 17 degrees Celsius. Also, the average annual precipitation in this country is 196 centimeters.
How fascinating! Alright, thank you for that. Now, could you please provide some insights into the economy of Norway?
Norway has abundant reservoirs of natural gas, oil, minerals, wood, and hydroelectric power, and fresh water. About 1/4 of Norway's domestic production comes from its oil industry. In terms of per capita income, Norway ranks 4th globally. The standard of living in this country is relatively high. The government collects heavy taxes from the people, but in return, it provides universal health care. Additionally, Norway's education system is at a high level. This country had the highest Human Development Index in the years 2011 to 2009. The main export of this country is oil. Approximately 3 million barrels of crude oil are exported from Norway to other countries worldwide daily. However, Norway is not part of OPEC, which stands for Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. Norway also exports dairy products, beef, and some livestock products to other countries. About half of the land in this country is covered by forests, so Norway has a lot to say about wood exports as well. Another point is that Norway is one of the countries with a long coastline. For this reason, one of the reasons for the good economic cycle of this country is its marine fisheries. In this country, 3 types of fish are found that cannot be found anywhere else in the world. For this reason, the fishing industry in Norway brings in a significant amount of foreign exchange revenue of the government. In general, the economy of Norway is a good one. It's actually great, and its people enjoy a relatively high level of prosperity.
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Noorzaei. I have found your information about Norway very useful, and I hope that this information is also beneficial for our listeners who are interested in tourism.
You're welcome, Ms. Azarpay. I also hope that my words have been helpful. Goodbye.
Thank you. Until we meet again. Well, another of our podcasts come to an end here. We tell our dear listeners that if they have any questions or suggestions for us, they should stay in touch. This was another part of the Savadestan Ask where we talked about the beautiful country of Norway. We hope it has been informative. Stay tuned for our next diverse podcasts. Looking forward to seeing you.